मैं तो सब्जी खरीदने जरूर जाइए अब्बास हैदर, लेकिन we are discussing how does going to a temple cause rifts between communities. That is something I have not been able to understand. And let me get in Ratan Sharda. Ratan Sharda, does it really create a rift in the society? Because ever since the Prime Minister visited Mathura yesterday, there have been reactions from Akhilesh Yadav, Congress Party, Hemant Soren, Mamta Banerjee, Hanan Mullah of the CPIM, Dr. S.T. Hassan of the Samajwadi Party. Everybody has suddenly come up in arms कि ये मंदिर कैसे चले गए, ये फिर इलेक्शन. अब इलेक्शन तो 2024 में है और 2024 से पहले even on Sant Miraba's celebrations for the 525th anniversary, if the Prime Minister cannot go to Mathura, should he only go when elections are over? Is the opposition going to decide the date when the Prime Minister can go to a temple?
Navika, first of all, the fact that the first Prime Minister to visit Mathura after 7 years was Mr. Modi tells you a very sorry state of affairs where secularism, the so-called secularism, pushes these issues under the carpet, believing that in your faith you are actually embarrassed. So the people who could not go to Mathura, were they embarrassed to go there? What is the reason? So Modi ji goes there, they have a problem. And what is the problem? If tomorrow any leader goes to mosque, there is no problem. Anybody offers chadar to Ajmer Sharif anywhere, no problem. If somebody goes to church, no problem. If somebody offers a star party, no problem. But if I assert my Hindu identity, there is a problem. In a Hindu country, majority Hindus, why should I be ashamed of my religion? Why should I be ashamed of faith which accommodates every other faith, which doesn't talk of only my way or highway? Why should I be embarrassed? Coming near the more serious issue, tourism and economy and dharma go together. When India was dharmic, we were number one country in the world in terms of GDP and global contribution. When Nehru came in, he brought in Nehruvian socialism. Our growth rate dropped to 2.5% to 3%. It was called Hindu rate of growth. It was an embarrassment. It was an attack on Hindus' wonderful entrepreneur spirit. If that is so, and every pilgrim center is a center which never went down in the times of recession because they were economic hubs of activity, not just economic, also art, science. Only Ayodhya suffered because it was converted to Faizabad. The day it has become Ayodhya, it will be the biggest economic and religious powerful center where people will come in millions and everybody will benefit because religious tourism is the biggest economic creator. And Modi ji has worked for 9.5 years. He has upgraded, he has renovated so many temples and so many pilgrim centers. It is a time when young people went to Kumbh Mela in crores and took selfies. When you go to Kashi Vishwanath, you have gone earlier, I have gone earlier, gone now. Why a Hindu should be so tense and so worried when he goes to a pilgrim center because it's so dirty, so filthy, so crowded that you can't even have darshan properly. So when it is improved, lakhs of people are going there. You ask anybody in Varanasi, their income, their tourism has grown 10 times. And everybody is happy except these people. He talks of Yaduvanshi. My dear friend Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav killed Kar Sevak who wanted to build Ram temple. So don't tell me you are Yaduvanshi. You are a shame on Yaduvanshi because Yaduvanshi, Krishna Ram for us, everybody is same. But you were proud when you killed Kar Sevak who were disarmed, who had nothing in hand, but you killed them. So don't teach me what is Hinduism. And also remember, everywhere you go, if Mr. Modi has gone to Mathura, you remember 1968 when Mathura was under Hindu control, a new trust was formed in 1968 by Congress people to hand over the disputed land to Idgah committee. What is the reason? What kind of secularism was this? When it was undisputed land of the Hindus with a trust which rebuilt the temple, why under the name of secularism another trust was created in 68 and land was offered to Idgah? You have no answer. Basically, you want to keep Hindus oppressed. Remember, we are secular. We are a country where every faith is respected because we are Hindu. Show me any country around Bharat which has survived any kind of Islamic invasion, any kind of
that is another issue, Ratan Sharda ji. But the issue is how does the Congress, how does the Samajwadi Party think that one person's visit to a mandir creates rift between communities. Lokesh Jindal, I
It
want
is
to
pure
ask you,
Hindu hate.
अगर आपके
Hindu
यहाँ कोई लीडर गुरुद्वारा चले जाए या मस्जिद चले जाए तो क्या रिफ्ट बिटवीन कम्युनिटीज हो जाती है? मंदिर जाने पे ये बात क्यों सामने आती?
Navika ji, I can always go in my personal capacity if I'm seeking salvation, spirituality, but the moment I publicize it, it becomes politics. And with respect to Mr. Narsimha, I want to bring certain facts into focus. Sir, when you're saying that inflation has lowered, you must also look into why there is a reduction in the domestic demand. You know, the exports have contracted. The imports have contracted. There is an effective reduction in the domestic demand, and that is not healthy for the economy. You cannot trick with numbers. So over here, when you are talking about inflationary trends, be very, very careful with respect to other parameters as well.